World Bamboo Day also ceremonizes the formal conversion or reincarnation of the Cane and Bamboo Technology Center into a Northeast Cane and Bamboo Development Council, which itself, by nomenclature, signifies the roadmap ahead. When the dark clouds of COVID are hovering around us, I think it is the bamboo which offers a silver lining. And as the entire world starts reeling out of this crisis and starts gearing up for the aftermath of COVID and starts drawing its roadmap ahead for the post-COVID resurgence, both economically and otherwise, I'm sure the whole world, more so the Indian subcontinent, will look up to bamboo with a great, great hope. And that itself is the most important significance of the World Bamboo Day happening today in the midst of this crisis. And I think very consciously all of us in the Ministry of Doner and the Northeastern Council realize the importance of our critical responsibility as far as the bamboo is concerned, and this is signified in the very fact that we are now going to give the Cane and Bamboo Center a new outlook and possibly also a new and a larger mandate to serve a larger cause, a larger purpose in the post-COVID times. We have huge reserves of bamboo in India, more so in the Northeast, and yet we were not able to put them into the optimum use. But this crisis of COVID has motivated us to discover all that has remained underutilized, and all that could come handy in the resurgence of the post-COVID India. And to that extent, both bamboo as well as the Northeast, which is the storehouse of bamboo, are going to lead the post-COVID resurgence of economy in India. And to that extent, I recall the words used by Prime Minister Modi when he once, during one of his visits to Northeast, said NE stands for new engine. And I can now rightly say his words have come out to be very prophetic. And particularly in the post-COVID times, Northeast indeed is going to be the new engine of New India, and this new engine is going to get its fuel from bamboo. The government under Prime Minister Modi is conscious of all these facts and nuances, and that's why two very important decisions were taken. One, amending the Indian Forest Act, which was 100-year-old, a legacy of the British times, and exempting homegrown bamboo. Because as was being said, we have a lot of bamboo in our backyard, but it's not put to use because of the legal constraints. With this amendment, the youngsters, the young entrepreneurs will be able to find sources of livelihood while sitting at home. Second, very recently, over a month or so ago, the Government of India took a decision raising the import duty or hiking the import duty on bamboo articles or bamboo goods to as much as 25%, which is a significant hike. And this is based on the realization that there's about 5,000 to 6,000 crore business in bamboo itself. But all the household bamboo articles were being imported from other countries. Like, for example, agarbatti, something which is used in every Indian household, right from puja, worship and every kind of occasion. But the entire lot of agarbatti was being imported from countries like Korea and China. I'm sure with this decision to hike the import duty, those who were feeling inclined to purchase imported bamboo at a cost-effective rate and then sell it domestically would feel discouraged, and at the same time there would be motivation to produce more and more of bamboo goods, bamboo articles domestically, because as was being mentioned, we have a whole lot of spectrum where bamboo could be put into production as well as utility, whether it is the furniture, whether it is the panels, whether it is the charcoal, whether it is agarbatti, baskets, artisans, and all kinds of diverse utility items. By the Northeastern Council and its affiliate, the newly created Northeast Bamboo Development Council, with the newly created Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. They have done an initial exercise. A team from the Cane and Bamboo Center visited Jammu. They held an extensive workshop cum exhibition. They made the locals there realize there was huge reserve of bamboo in some of the districts in the Jammu region. And now they have come out with a plan to set up 3 clusters over there, each of these clusters devoted separately to separate themes, namely charcoal, agarbatti, basket, respectively. And in due course of time, they would also extend this program further. And I'm sure this will generate new sources of livelihood, new sources of self-employment, new sources of entrepreneurship for the local youth of the Jammu region and the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. In the next 2 years, it has been declared that all the state capitals of Northeast will be connected to the Union capital of New Delhi by rail. So as a whole, the scenario is very amicably, very compatibly developing in support of bamboo growth, bamboo production, bamboo sale, and bamboo transport to different parts of India from the northeastern region. And therefore, as I said, the post-COVID time is possibly beckoning us with an opportunity where we can forge ahead, make Northeast the prime destination for whole of India, and make bamboo the favorite utility item as far as trade, business, and economy of this country is concerned. And we are fortunate that all of us would possibly have a role to play, big or small, in this new mission, which is taking off with a new zeal, with a new sense of responsibility in the post-COVID economy of India.